Hi, this is Ben Rogerson for MusicRadar.com at Producer Sessions Live 2011. I'm here with Starsmith, or Finley.
Yeah.
He's just done his session now, so how did that go?
Yeah, it went really well. It was a very short time. 45 minutes isn't particularly long to fit in like the production of a whole track. But it was great. The people in the session were like asking really relevant questions and seemed really interested, and I couldn't have wanted it to go any better, really.
So yeah, you say you broke down an entire track there. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a track from my latest EP, a track called Champion, which is a B-side, and just kind of broke down really simple parts, like in chunks, like the vocals, how I processed them, and certain synth lines, and a lot of the track was in the box compared to my other tracks, which use a lot of kind of hardware and hardware synths and hardware processing. But this one was, very much in the box, so it was quite easy for me to bring it down today and just like be able to show all the processing and things like that. So that was, it was really straightforward.
So Lesson 1, the A-side, that's a collaboration with Alan Brax. How did that come about?
I basically just contacted Alan's manager, who is his wife, and just asked, just like, massive fan, would love to collaborate with you. And luckily he liked the demos that I sent over, which were tracks from my album, and he was like, yeah, let's try something out. So we came over to London for a couple of days, and we just worked on the track, and Lesson 1 was the track that came out of it. So it was very... He just agreed to it, and it just worked really straightforward.
So you say he's been a big influence?
Yeah. He's, I mean, obviously as a kind of French house mogul don, I guess. Like he's like the top of the game, really. And I've heard some stuff from him that he's working on his own stuff, and it's incredible. Like it's really pushing things forward, and I guess that's what he's always done. He's always been like pushing things forward with his work with Fred Folk and things like that, and other bits he did with Thomas Bangalter, and it's massive influence.
So I know you've produced for other artists as well, so is the focus going to be on that or doing your own stuff from now on?
Now that I've released Lesson 1 and Champion, I've seen that as a beginning to start keep releasing stuff every few months, really. I've got another release planned for really early next year, and hopefully another one like April or May. So to gradually, every 3 or 4 months, just have something new out. But I'm also working back in with Ellie Goulding, working on her next record, and a couple of other people as well. I've been working with a lot of people this year that have stuff due to come out kind of early next year, maybe the end of this year. So there's going to be a lot more stuff, really. So
do you enjoy doing the kind of the pop production stuff as well as your own kind of your releases? I mean, which do you prefer?
I after doing like 3 or 4 months solid pop production for other people, I really love going and just writing something for myself. Like I did that really recently and came out with a track that will be my next single, and it was great because it felt like all the ideas I'd had for other people I was able to hone and like take a bit further for myself. So that was really good fun. So it's a real balance. I love them equally, but it's they're like, I guess it's like looking at children and saying what is your favourite. But they've both got their pros and cons, I guess.
So you've moved to a new studio fairly recently. Have you got any new bits of kit in there?
I've got a bit more room rather than just working in my lounge, and I've recently acquired a Korg Trident, which I wanted for years. I acquired a Wurlitzer as well, which again I've wanted for ages. Like sitting on top of my Fender Rhodes, it's quite a nice little stack of things there. I've got an 1176. I've got an SSL Master Bus Compressor as well in my rack. Lots of little bits and pieces. So
I can say you still feel like there's real value in having outboard stuff and hardware as opposed to just working in the box.
Yeah, definitely. I think having hard synths is a huge thing. Like really, really worthwhile. My little fatty, my Moog little fatty, is broken at the moment, and I really miss it. Like I feel like when I'm doing a track, I'm like, I know what this needs, and I look at it, and I'm like, oh, it's broken, and like rather than just I'll open up a soft synth instead or something like the Arturia Mini Moog, but it's good. But when you're on the real thing, it's like a whole different, being able to like fiddle with bits and like just it's a great feeling.
So you've got the EP out now, so what can we look forward to hearing from you next?
The EP's out now, and probably my next single, which will probably be out in January, not really finalised yet, but that'll probably be the next thing of my own, with other people. Maybe something before the end of the year, I'm not too sure. There's quite a few people I've worked with, but yeah, it's probably my own thing is probably the main thing to focus on.
Brilliant. Starsmith, thank you very much.